Dustin Tibbetts with Passport to Wall Street, and today we're talking about the stock markets. If you've been paying attention in the stock markets lately, you've seen a lot of activity. The markets have been quite volatile lately with a bit of pressure to the downside. And so the question I want to ask today is the markets are they getting ready to rally, right? Into the end of the year, there's usually a lot of activity, a lot of positioning, and a lot of goodwill towards the new year. But with a stock market that's drifting lower in sort of an aggressive way, the question becomes, can we see something that shows a reason for people to buy going into the end of the year? And one of the ways we're going to look at it today is we're going to go through the different areas of the market. And I want you to watch this daily chart. So as we scroll through here, look at the last couple months on this chart. And I'll point out everything that we're looking at, but of course you can see it on the screen. First, we have oil. So oil has sold off. A lot of political news, a lot of geopolitical news going on right now. And so the price of oil has sold off, but that's not really that big of a deal. If we look at the oil service stocks, they're making new lows. That's 52-week lows aggressively to the downside. Is that a reason to buy something? Maybe. As an investor, you might like that as a discount. If we look at the oil exploration companies, we see the same thing. It is selling off aggressively, headed back towards prices that we just haven't seen in months. So if you're looking to invest in this sector, it gives you that reason to consider a new entry. If we look at energy stocks, we're sort of sticking with the same area for a moment, but if we look at energy stocks, they have also sold off, and we're back to prices we haven't seen since March. Look all the way back here. So anyone who's been thinking about an energy-related investment, well, maybe there's a little opportunity for them. Now, if we go through to transports, transportation stocks have been one of those sectors that's just been beaten down. But with FedEx, UPS, and a lot of other transportation stocks coming up with their earnings, this could be the chance for us to see that things aren't so bad in the transportation sector. Again, also selling off to areas we have not seen since February. If we go to metals and mining, a little bit of a dip there, of course. Emerging markets, a dip there. Financials, man, you've seen the story about financials breaking to new lows. That's new lows for the year. So you have not seen financials discounted to this price at all this year. If we go to places like Mexico, we're also seeing a little dip there. Of course, you know what the Dow has done. You know what healthcare is doing right now. Follow right through there on those charts. The S&P 500 sold off. The NASDAQ sold off. The dollar is stuck right there at those highs. That's okay. You got consumer discretionary selling off there quite aggressively. So if you're thinking about that space, you've got a reason to look in there. REITs, of course, have sold off kind of aggressively, and home builders. Don't get me started on home builders. They have really, really sold off. So the question is the market getting ready for a rally? And if we were to take a quick look at all of that, just like we did, you could make an argument that there is enough of a discount just from looking at the charts. No fundamentals, no PE ratios analysis or anything like that. Just quickly looking at price action. You could make the argument that the markets are a bit discounted here, and with just even a little bit more pressure to the downside, couple days of some bad news or some China news, Japan, whatever it may be, a little bit more of a push, you could certainly see why people would be interested in buying up that market for a rally into possibly the end of the year. So just like to point that out. There's a lot of things moving south, but everybody likes a good discount, and so the longer term investors could be looking at the broad markets here for a new investment. We'll keep you posted, but we'll see what happens, and we'll talk to you soon.